Hello everyone, this is Cherie, and in this video I will be showing you my final project for my directing class. Now normally I talk about the pre-production and then I show you the video. I'm switching it around this time, so I'm going to show you the video and then I'm going to talk about it. So here it is, Angels Share.
Have we met before? Shall we begin? What you're going through right now, everyone goes through it. Trust me. I've seen men with completely drenched shirts by the end of this test. You pick the right color to hide your nervousness.
Wine 1 is a white wine, clear. No evidence of gas or sediment. Medium straw with green reflections on the edge. Medium concentration of color. Tropical notes of pineapple, green melon. On the palate, citrus lime, green melon, green apple. Structure, acid is medium plus, alcohol is medium, complexity is medium plus. This is a wine from the New World, from a temperate climate, aged 1 to 3 years. It can only be one thing. This wine is from the US. This wine is from California. This wine is from Napa Valley. A 2017 Fumé Blanc from the Gergish producer. Wine 2. Wine 4. Dried out rose petals, an irony note, bloody, fresh casket.
Stop.
You don't like my descriptors?
I don't like that you called every single wine incorrectly.
This is a Tempranillo from Ribera del Duero, a vintage 2005.
That is a Rioja. La Rioja Alta Gran Reserva 2009.
No, this is definitely a Tempranillo.
It is not.
Someone must have switched the glasses.
This exam is over.
Taste it.
Rioja, like I said.
I know a Rioja.
As do I. Smell.
My smell has been off for the past few days.
Sorry. You can retake the exam in 6 months. Look, let me make it up to you. Have you ever tasted a 1990 Domaine della Romani Conti Grand Cru?
Almost no one has.
I have a bottle of it up in my room. Would you like to try it?
That's exactly what you said to my sister.
Why?
My twin sister. We both wanted to become master sommeliers, so we studied hard and we tasted even harder. A couple of years ago, my sister thought we were ready to take the exam. I didn't think so, so she took it without me. She did really well on the theory and service portion. She passed with flying colors. That was until she had the blind tasting with you. That evening, she was at the bar with the other candidates, and you came in and bought everybody a round of the most expensive wine on the menu. And then you cornered her and you told her about this special wine you had packed in your suitcase. A Domaine de la Romaine Conti Grand Cru. So she followed you to your room to experience this once-in-a-lifetime wine. When she came back from her exam, she locked herself up in her room and she wouldn't leave for days. She stopped eating, she stopped drinking. We tried everything we could to help her. We tried therapy, she tried medication, but she was never the same. One day I was in the kitchen downstairs and I heard a noise coming from her room. So I went upstairs and I saw a shattered wine decanter on the floor. There was red wine everywhere, and I thought she started drinking again. But then I saw her body and I realized it wasn't wine.
What are you accusing me of?
I'm not accusing. I'm condemning.
Did she pass the temperature test? Call 911. Cancel the rest of the exams and close off the area.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I have a question for you. I want to know what you thought about the ending. What did it all mean? And we're going to come around to that at the end. So the things that I felt really good about in this that I think were successes were, number one, this is the first time I got location insurance. And so I had to fill out this little form. And because I go to school, they cover the insurance. And so then they faxed me back this form. So basically, if anything had gone wrong, I would have been covered. So that was nice. Also, I made sure that my talent signed their release forms before the shoot. I had some issues with that with my first two shoots where I forgot, then I had to email it and then print it and blah, blah, blah. So always get your actors to sign the releases before you start shooting. Also, this is the first time I attempted to write a monologue, and I think it went fairly well. Our teacher told us, for our final project, just go out there and try something new. And I had not worked with dialogue, basically. Just about everything had minimal dialogue or no dialogue. So this was a very talky script, and I enjoyed doing it. I'm glad I finally went into that kind of realm of filmmaking as well. Also, the shots, I really enjoyed some of the shot choices. When I'm storyboarding, what I do is I will go to Google Images just so I can get the proportions right of people in my frames. And so I Googled wine drinking images, and there were some beautiful ones that came up, and I'm like, I want to use that. So I did. There were a few wine reflection images we used, and as well as the silhouette images like the one behind me. And I was just so happy that we got interesting stuff like that in the video. Also, in one of the reflections is an upside down image, and that's kind of like when the world starts turning upside down at the turning point. So that's one of those images with a little extra meaning in it. We also tried to light it like the opening scene of The Godfather, which if you look side by side, it's nothing like The Godfather, which is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. But just the whole, dark moodiness of The Godfather. Now, the original inspiration for the script drew upon both the hashtag #MeToo movement as well as a scandal that happened recently with the Court of Master Sommeliers. So I kind of combined those two things. You might think, oh, well, it kind of is similar in theme to Promising Young Woman, which is up for Best Picture and Best Original Screenplay at this year's Oscars. I had not seen Promising Young Woman before I wrote that script. Areas where I feel I could have done better. In general, the assignment was to use a location, make the location a character. Now, we ran short of time. I had a whole introductory page at the location. It's a hotel. and the hotel is kind of ominous and looming. But you wouldn't know that because we weren't able to go shoot those scenes. Because of that, and because of what was taken out of the script, I think there might have been a little lack of clarity, which is why I asked what you thought of the ending. And the title, even the title, Angels Share, it appears 3 times in the script, the original script, but it doesn't appear at all in this final form. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read to you the first 2 pages, as well as bits of other pages that didn't make it into the script. Exterior hotel day. Deborah's Jeep pulls into a vacant spot in front of the Hilton Hotel. Interior car day. The air conditioner blasts on Deborah, 30s. She sings a childhood nursery song in a rote, emotionless manner. Float right up with the angels share, angels share, angels share. Float right up with the angels share and fly, fly, fly. She inhales deeply, lets it out. She watches the car clock as the numbers switch over. 3 o'clock. Deborah turns off the air conditioner and steps out of the car. Interior hotel lobby day. Visitors line up in front of a temperature check unit. Deborah enters and waits at the back. Cherie bursts out of a lobby door, scanning the lobby. She spots Deborah in line. Deborah, you're up. Cherie speeds over and grabs Deborah by the arm, bypassing the line. He's waiting. Cherie leads Deborah through the lobby door. Interior conference room day. Master Sommelier Vin, 50s, impeccably dressed, straightens a row of wine glasses on the conference room table. A knock on the door. Enter. Cherie opens the door for Deborah, who takes 1 step inside, then hesitates. Come in, don't be shy. Deborah walks toward the imposing man. He extends a hand. She accepts it, and they shake. Thank you. Cherie closes the door, and the 2 are left alone. I am Master Sommelier Vin. Deborah produces a weak smile. Vin places a hand on her back and extends the other towards the chair facing the wine glasses. But you already knew that. Please, take a seat. Guiding her, hand on back. I've heard great things about you, Deborah Johnson. Top of your class, impeccable senses. His hand rubs her back, as if soothing a scared animal. He removes it only once she sits down. Deborah stares at the 6 glasses in front of her, 3 with white wine, 3 with red. A spittoon is nearby. Vin moves to the opposite side of the table, where a clipboard lies. He sits and studies her face. Have we met before? Top of page 4. Interior car day. The imposing hotel looms through the car's window. On the dashboard is a small altar with a picture of Deborah in its center, surrounded by angelic symbols. Page 6. That's exactly what you asked my sister. What? My twin sister. We grew up in Napa, in our parents' vineyard. We'd run through the rows of vine, eating grapes and singing the Angels Share. That was before we knew what the Angels Share was. We both wanted to become master sommeliers. Bottom of page 7. Deborah's body lies on the floor. The camera rises above her to the echo of 2 girls singing The Angels Share. Fade out. All right, so hopefully that makes things a little clearer. I had put in a shot of a clock ticking because we didn't have the cutaway to the car with the little kind of shrine to her dead sister. I also took out my cameo. I was the one that guided her and then at the end went to call for help. The door, just that whole area that we had, first off, the door opened the wrong way. So even if I did guide her in, you didn't see it. But it just kind of, that whole angle didn't look good. And so I chopped that all out. One thing I wish we could have got was the hand rubbing her back because, there's a point where you're being touched by someone and it just becomes kind of uncomfortable. I really wanted to show that so you got a little hint of his character, but that wasn't in there. The ending with, a camera movement up above her, like her spirit's going into the sky, and then you have the singing of the 2 kids singing Angels Share, that didn't make it in. The description when she's talking about it's bloody has kind of an iron ferrous note, fresh casket. We also missed the line, notes of damp turned earth. So this was all supposed to be, she's drinking red wine, which was her sister's favorite. Now she's thinking of her sister. Now she's thinking of death. So that's what those things were. And there was all this misdirection in the setup. So there was the air conditioner. So you would think, oh, she's just, nervous, trying to cool down. But she's really trying to keep her fever down. And there's the clock turning at 3. That means she didn't get there early. She got there on time, so maybe she wouldn't have to go through any kind of temperature checks and could stay a little cooler longer. There was the sweat that he comments, he thinks that she's nervous and that's why she's sweating, but it's really because she's got this fever. And then there was the foreshadowing stuff. So like, the hand on the back showing what kind of character he really is. The temperature check, which, is just kind of alluded to, but then you realize, oh, she should have got that because she had a temperature. There was a shot where they shook hands, and she's wearing a mask. He's not, so he's obviously like an anti-masker, doesn't care, whatever, but they shake hands, so that's a way that infection could have been transmitted. And the whole met before opening, he kind of recognizes her because of the twin sister that he had assaulted a few years earlier. So all that's not in there. And the shot, I really wanted to get the shot that when I had thought of the idea, it was like the first image in my mind, we didn't get. And that was the wine glass is here, the Master Sommelier is here. He looks at the glass and realizes that he had drunk from the same glass and he is probably infected. And we were calling this like the COVID-21 infection or COVID-21 virus on set. But yeah, it was going to be a rack focus. You go from the wine in focus, then boom, to him in focus, like, oh no, that kind of look. So it's unfortunate. So that's why I'm asking you, based on what you saw, did you realize what was going on? Why she had the red up here? Why she said, I'm not accusing, I'm condemning? And then what the real issue was. Because basically, this was her getting revenge on the Master Sommelier. Did anyone pick that up? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
What the hell?